The bell above the door chimed as Emily pushed it open, stepping into the warm and familiar aroma of freshly brewed coffee. The little cafe on the corner of Maple Street had always been her sanctuary, a place where she could lose herself in a book, let the soft of a conversation surround her, and sip on a caramel latte as the world outside rushed by. Today, however, there was an extra flutter in her chest, a nervous energy she couldn't quite shake. She scanned the cafe quickly, her eyes landing on him almost instantly. Alex sat in his usual spot by the window, one hand wrapped around a steaming cup of coffee, the other flipping to the pages of a worn-out book. His dark hair fell into his eyes as he read, and a soft smile played on his lips. It was a kind of smile that had drawn Emily in from the very first time she saw him. She had been coming to this cafe for years, but Alex had only started frequenting it 6 months ago. At first, they had exchanged nothing more than polite nods, an occasional smile. Then, small talk had turned into long conversations, and those conversations had turned into something more, something unspoken, something Emily both longed for and feared. Gathering her courage, she walked over to his table. "Hey, stranger." Alex looked up, his smile widening. "Hey, you." Emily slipped into the seat across from him, her hands wrapping around the warmth of her coffee cup. "What are you reading today?" He lifted the book slightly so she could see the cover. "The same one I've been struggling to finish for the past 2 weeks. I keep getting distracted." "By what?" she teased. His gaze held hers for a moment longer than necessary. "By a certain someone who has a habit of walking into this cafe and stealing all my attention." Her heart skipped a beat. She let out a soft laugh, trying to mask the warmth creeping up her cheeks. "Sounds like you need a better place to read." "Or maybe," Alex mused, setting the book down, "I just need to finish the story with her instead." Emily's breath caught in her throat. Was he saying what she thought he was saying? "Emily," Alex started, his voice softer now. "We spend so much time here together, and every time I see you walk through that door, my day instantly gets better. I don't want to just share coffee and books with you. I want more." Her fingers tightened around her cup, emotions swirling in her chest. She had felt the same way for so long, but had been too afraid to admit it. "I want more too," she finally whispered. Alex's smile was like the first sip of coffee on a cold morning, comforting, warm, and exactly what she needed. Then how about a real date? Not just stolen moments over coffee. Emily nodded, a grin breaking across her face. "I'd love that." And as the snow began to fall outside, dusting the world in soft white, Alex reached across the table, taking her hand in his. Their fingers intertwined, the promise of something beautiful brewing between them, like the perfect cup of coffee, rich, warm, and just waiting to be savored. As the bell above the door chimed once more, the cafe bore witness to something new that day. Not just a usual exchange of coffee and conversation, but the beginning of a love story, written in quiet moments, soft smiles, and coffee shop kisses.